Ferrari are shocking the rest of F1, so we're going to be going through that and 3 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Ferrari F1 news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button down below. The first story is Leclerc left spinning as Hamilton becomes Ferrari's new predestined driver. Charles Leclerc may be spinning over Lewis Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari, but Davide Valsecchi has urged him to capitalize on the moment, as he's no longer under the immense pressure of being the predestined. Having carried the weight of Ferrari's expectations the last 4 years, one could even argue 5, Leclerc is no longer front and center at Ferrari. Not because of his performances, but because of his new teammate. The Monegasque driver has a new teammate this season after 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton swapped Mercedes for Ferrari. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, storylines of the F1 2025 championship, as the sport's most successful driver ever has joined its most successful team. And he's done so with an eye on breaking Formula One's biggest record, the one for the most world titles. Hamilton is tied with Ferrari legend Michael Schumacher on 7 after the Briton lost the title to Max Verstappen in 2021, the first year of the Dutchman's 4-season charge. Hamilton wants it back, and Ferrari won a first world title in almost 2 decades, as their last driver's success came back in 2007 with Kimi Räikkönen. But while the spotlight has been shining brightly on Hamilton, Ferrari documenting everything from his first visit to Enzo Ferrari's iconic red-doored house, to his first official visit to the factory, and of course, his first laps in a Ferrari F1 car, Leclerc has remained in the background. That, though, is not necessarily a bad thing if you ask former F1 driver Valsecchi. He will be spinning. There has only been talk of Lewis, his passion for pizza or Gianni Agnelli-style jackets, he told Corriere dello Sport. But this way Charles has less pressure. He is no longer the predestined. And then in the second half of last season, he had a consistency that he had never shown. Consistency that has put him ahead of Hamilton on Valsecchi's list of potential F1 2025 world champions. In the second story, Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari has been one of the most significant shifts in Formula One in recent years, marking a new chapter for both the 7-time world champion and the legendary Italian team. After spending more than a decade at Mercedes, where he became the sport's most successful driver in terms of race wins and pole positions, Hamilton activated a break clause in his contract to join Ferrari for the 2025 season. His Mercedes contract, which earned him approximately £43 million per year, was lucrative, but reports suggest that financial incentives were not the primary reason for his departure. Instead, Hamilton sought a deeper role within a team, one that would extend beyond his racing career. However, his new Ferrari deal has still come with a significant pay raise, boosting his base salary to £48 million annually. Lewis Hamilton's salary at Ferrari, while substantial, is still surpassed by Max Verstappen's £58.9 million annual earnings. However, Hamilton's move to Ferrari is driven more by legacy and ambition than financial gains. He aims to secure an 8th world championship, surpassing Michael Schumacher's 7 titles, including his 5 with Ferrari. For Ferrari, signing Hamilton is a strategic and commercial move, as his marketability continues to make him one of Formula One's most valuable figures. His arrival shifts the team dynamics, particularly affecting Charles Leclerc, who has shouldered Ferrari's expectations in recent years. Leclerc, who had long been considered Ferrari's future world champion, now finds himself sharing the spotlight with Hamilton. His reaction to Hamilton's arrival has been a subject of much speculation. While some believe that the Monegasque driver might feel sidelined, others argue that he may benefit from having less pressure on his shoulders. Former F1 driver Davide Valsecchi suggested that the intense focus on Hamilton could actually work in Leclerc's favor. He will be spinning. There has only been talk of Lewis, his passion for pizza, or Gianni Agnelli-style jackets, Valsecchi remarked. But this way, Charles has less pressure. He is no longer the predestined. This sentiment was echoed by Martin Brundle, who noted that Leclerc appears to be enjoying his relatively lower profile within the team. Apparently, he's loving it because all of the attention is on Lewis instead of him, and the pressure is off, Brundle said. Despite the shift in attention, Leclerc remains confident in his position at Ferrari. When asked about the dynamic within the team and the perception that Hamilton has taken the mantle as Ferrari's top driver, Leclerc responded diplomatically. "There's no place for one particular driver in Ferrari," he said. "Ferrari is bigger than any driver, and that's always been the case. There's support for the team, not for one specific driver." However, Ferrari's early season performances in 2025 have not gone as planned. In the Chinese Grand Prix, both Hamilton and Leclerc suffered disqualifications due to technical infringements. Hamilton was penalized for excessive wear on his skid block, which was found to be below the minimum required thickness of 9 millimeters. Meanwhile, Leclerc's SF-25 was found to be 1 kilogram under the minimum weight limit, leading to his disqualification as well. These setbacks cost Ferrari valuable points in both the drivers' and constructors' standings, with the team dropping to 5th place beneath Williams. Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur addressed the disqualifications, admitting that the team had pushed too aggressively in their quest for perfection. "We must have been too aggressive. That's how it is," he explained. "This setback shows that we are in search of perfection and that sometimes we look too far." Despite early challenges adapting to Ferrari's car, Hamilton remains committed to his goals with the team, influencing car development and making adjustments to the cockpit to suit his preferences. He has also expressed interest in designing a supercar with Ferrari, planning to collaborate on an F-44 model in the coming years. This partnership with Ferrari not only strengthens his racing career, but also expands his legacy with the brand beyond the track. As the season progresses, all eyes will be on how Hamilton and Leclerc manage their intra-team rivalry and whether Ferrari can deliver a car capable of challenging Red Bull and McLaren for race wins. For Hamilton, the goal remains clear: to win an 8th world title and etch his name in history as the greatest Formula One driver of all time. Ferrari, on the other hand, is looking to return to its former glory, with its last Drivers' Championship dating back to Kimi Räikkönen's triumph in 2007. Hamilton's arrival has undeniably altered the balance at Ferrari, but whether it leads to the ultimate success remains to be seen. With both drivers pushing each other to their limits, the 2025 Formula One season is set to be one of the most compelling in recent history. In the third story, Ferrari is leaving no stone unturned in ensuring that Lewis Hamilton acclimates seamlessly to his new environment. The Scuderia has gone to great lengths to make the 7-time world champion feel at home in its Formula One cockpit, integrating various elements from his Mercedes tenure to ensure his comfort and optimize his performance. The early signs of this transition have been promising. Although Ferrari has not executed either race weekend in Australia and China flawlessly, Hamilton has already showcased glimpses of his brilliance. In Shanghai, he secured his first sprint pole and victory with the team, a morale-boosting achievement that reinforced his commitment to making the most of his new chapter with the Italian powerhouse. Hamilton has faced challenges adapting to Ferrari's 2025 car, which differs significantly from Mercedes' design philosophy. After over a decade with Mercedes, adjusting his driving style has been a complex process. To ease his transition, Ferrari has incorporated familiar elements from his former team, including a redesigned steering wheel that closely resembles the one he previously used, helping him adapt more smoothly. Observers first noticed this customization during the Australian Grand Prix, when Ferrari included a personalized welcome message on Hamilton's steering wheel's launch screen. However, the modifications extend far beyond mere aesthetics. Ferrari has also developed a new clutch and gear lever to enhance ergonomics for Hamilton, ensuring he can operate the car with greater comfort and efficiency. Beyond hardware changes, Ferrari has also tweaked its software to better suit Hamilton's preferences. While Charles Leclerc continues to utilize Ferrari's traditional system, Hamilton's steering wheel setup has been adapted to incorporate elements reminiscent of what he used at Mercedes. These adjustments ensure he receives the data he needs in a format he is already accustomed to, minimizing the cognitive load of adapting to a new interface while racing at high speeds. For instance, Hamilton's steering wheel displays additional information not present on Leclerc's race screen. In the upper left area of his screen, Hamilton can see an indicator labeled SOC, which denotes the state of charge of his battery pack, presented in values ranging from 1 to 12. Additionally, ENG indicates the engine mapping mode currently in use. This setup aligns closely with what Hamilton relied on at Mercedes, where power unit management was controlled through a single Strat knob located at the bottom of the steering wheel. In contrast, Ferrari has traditionally managed these elements separately, with distinct settings for engine, ENG, and hybrid management, SOC. Hamilton's preference for consolidating this information on his screen allows him to maintain real-time awareness of the car's performance, just as he did during his tenure with Mercedes. Another key difference between Ferrari's and Mercedes's steering wheel designs lies in their approach to functionality consolidation. At Mercedes, many crucial functions were integrated into just 3 dials, whereas Ferrari's SF-25 steering wheel features nearly twice as many dials. While this setup offers more granular control, it also demands greater familiarity and precision. To streamline Hamilton's workflow,